Hi, I'm Julie, and I have autism.
I'm Adriana, and I don't. Welcome to the Neurotypical Podcast. Yeah.
Welcome to episode 5.
Hey guys.
Today's topic, we're going to talk about noise.
What about noise, Jules?
Noise is very loud.
We're also going to talk about Thanksgiving and neurodiversity. What parts of our brain are we thankful for?
Lately, I've been hearing lots of noise, more so than ever.
All kinds of noise.
The construction above my workplace. I hear it so often, sometimes it scares me.
Is it one of those things where you're the only one who hears it, or everybody hears it?
I think everyone hears it, but in my version of hearing it, it feels like the whole world is coming down on me. Like there's an apocalypse.
Like you need to go get shelter.
I need to find refuge.
It sounds like a war zone.
Yeah, I need to find refuge.
That's actually a really good way to describe it.
Lucky me, I have a set of headphones that are noise canceling that I use at my desk, and sometimes it helps kind of lower the sound. I mean, I can still hear it a little bit through the headphones, but it's better than hearing it all together. So I think today's topic about noise is very special to me because I have a tendency of having meltdowns because of noise.
Yes.
Noise is a very, very strong thing, and my sensories are disturbed by it.
Is this also why like harsher tones of voice are like really triggering, and you think people are mad when they're not mad?
Sometimes. That's why it's very hard to tell if someone is yelling at me or not, and I don't have validation unless someone validates that they are doing it.
So
I just
it
don't
would
know.
almost be better like if someone's gonna have a fight with you, they're like, I'm mad at you and I'm gonna yell at you now. And then you say,
yeah, that would be perfect. If someone can just tell me that.
And you say, okay, great, go for it. And then
I can feel depressed. Yeah, but I mean, there are times when people do yell at me, and I don't know if they are or not unless someone validates it. Then I won't know. Now, noise that are not in music, like for instance, like heavy music, not ideal for me. And when I mean heavy, is like sounds like chaos. Now there are other music because I grew up with my father who like loved music and kind of like influenced that in my life.
Was that like an escape from sound?
Yeah, playing music, there's like some kind of like structure, and I like that because it has, you can tell what's coming. And then there are also the visual noise that I see. I don't know if anybody else have the same visions that I have sometimes when I go to museums and stuff, but like color plays depth, and so they move. I can totally see them dancing all over the canvas.
You mean like the colors?
Yes, and so it's kind of fun to see them dancing in silence. But sometimes it could be overwhelming if the colors are way too intense. Just recently, these are more like things that has been happening to me more often than normal, but like going to places where people start talking over people, and then the noise of clashing dishes at a restaurant become, a little bit louder than the voices, and then the voices try to like talk over the clinging sound of silverwares and other things, and
it gets worse.
Yes, it gets very intense.
I can get that. I can choose to ignore that though, I think.
Yeah, but I can't. And there are some places who actually record sounds or actually have sounds like that because they actually play it in the background to make the ambience feel a little bit more, whatever they call,
comfortable. Because people like that,
I guess, or make them feel like they're somewhere festive. I don't know, but it doesn't.
Where did you read that? That is so interesting.
I don't know if I read it, but I mean, I know that people buy the sound recording. That's for sure.
That's so interesting.
And it's really weird to me that anyone would want that when it's not natural in the setting.
That's what you're trying to get away from.
Trying to get away from it, and I want to have more places where I can go to that provides more closed off areas. But I mean, it doesn't have to be closed off. I just want it to be a little bit more soft.
So my relationship to noise is very different. I've never had it be painful for a long period of time, other than like having a headache or something, or like that split second when you turn on the music on your headphones and it blasts in really loud and really hard and then you turn it down. Or actually another thing that really gets me is like silverware clings together or it scrapes metal.
Oh, metal. Yes, you told me this.
I hate that.
Like metal, like the metal spoons.
Yes,
scraping against the metal pot, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I noticed. I remember that. That's why I'm always so careful.
I hate it. Words can't describe. But those are the only times where I experience any discomfort. But I'm sure for you, it's that same feeling, but just like constant. It's not like for a second or so.
Right.
It continues. Mm-hmm. So that's the only way I can find to like relate.
So in some discomfort.
Yeah.
Okay.
In some way.
What about music? Do you relate to music as the way I do?
I think so. I think a lot of people have their own like relationship to music or the way that they celebrate it. I do know that we both do enjoy music, but I think that there's certain things about music that you cannot enjoy that I can.
Like the recent, like you bought me those earbuds, and there was this particular song that I did not enjoy. And then when I wore the earbuds on, I can finally hear. There was a lot of clashing sounds. The way the instruments were being played.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember
because
that.
I remember whenever I was listening to it with the earbuds, I can hear the lyrics, and that made it more better.
But the other thing I mean is like I can listen to a variety of different music, and you tend to kind of go towards things that are easy to listen to or easy to read. So you prefer music that doesn't have clashing tones in it, like St. Vincent or something. And that's something that I enjoy.
You're right. I can't, because to me it's not. It's like playing off key.
So that's something that I can enjoy and listen to, and it's really hard for you. I think it's really cool now that as you're older, you're experimenting with ways to make yourself more comfortable. That's been a big thing that you've been doing lately, is like you got those headphones, and then when that wasn't enough, you got some little earbuds.
Yeah, because I can't go around wearing the headphones all my life. They're very large.
Yeah, they are very large.
And people will make fun of me. And the earbuds really help on occasions where I get to be out in public.
So the next thing we want to talk about is Thanksgiving and what we're thankful for.
Thanksgiving!
Are you confused about anything about Thanksgiving?
Well, yeah. There are many things I really
that just don't make sense to you that we do.
Holidays in general. It starts out like with anxiety, and then as the day get closer, there's this buildup of
a worry about the event, which is kind of similar to the birthdays episode, right?
Yeah, because I know that it's happening. I also have this, I don't know if anyone has to go through this, but why people put themselves in uncomfortable positions to be with.
You're stuck, like you don't know how to say no.
But even when people are putting the party together, they themselves have stress, because I think just trying to make things perfect is stressful, and then it stresses other people out, make them feel nervous.
So are you just curious as to why we just continue to do this every year?
Yes, because I've heard that stress really destroys people. So I'm really curious why,
Why people want to do this?
Yeah, but why make it such a big thing to be stressed about? I thought the whole idea was to, like, for instance, this holiday is Thanksgiving. So isn't it all about giving thanks? And being not perfect is something everyone is also thankful for. If we're all perfect and normal or whatever that is, then we wouldn't be thankful for uniqueness.
Are you confused about the rules of Thanksgiving? Like the turkey eating and how different families don't eat turkey?
Yeah.
Does that confuse you? Like any ritualistic things that confuse you? That you're just like, why do people do this?
Well, yeah, I don't think I had like a successful, true Thanksgiving
ever
with the routine turkey dinner.
Me too. I was just thinking that. Like I don't
because
think I've ever had that.
My family is first generation, or my mom and dad are first. Would I be considered first generation, or they?
You would be.
So they came here, and I'm first generation.
Yeah.
Here, so we didn't start the tradition until very late in
your life?
In my life.
Really? So you didn't celebrate even as a kid, or?
I mean, I think we celebrate the holiday, but we didn't have turkey.
Right.
Until very late.
So in this next segment, we're going to talk about what our brains do that we're thankful for. So what does your brain do that you're thankful for?
It just processes things differently.
You're just thankful for the overall picture?
There's a lot of things I'm really thankful for.
Well, tell us about them.
I don't know about them.
Well, how can you say that there's a lot if you don't know what they are?
Well, one thing for sure is that I have a very vivid mind. A memory. I can remember a lot of things. I remember things since elementary, my childhood. So recently, a good friend told me that, I guess I never knew what it was called, but he said that Sherlock Holmes had it. It's called a memory palace. And so I have a memory palace, and in my memory palace, I can remember everything, and like it has compartments, and it's categorized, and it's filed in this library of memory. And I can remember things from smell, from clothes, from things I see, the details, every single details. Like my elementary teacher, I can remember the perfume that she wore and the way she looks back then. And I remember all of that, and all of my teachers' names. I can remember all of that, what grade they're from, and locations. Really cool. Like I can. If I gone to one place, I will most likely remember how to get there by memory.
Yeah, you're really good with that, because I am not.
Directions, so I don't have to use the map or whatever again.
Yeah, she's really good at that. And she's always getting on me. Like, she does not understand why I need to use the map.
Because I always fear that someday, whenever your battery dies from your phone, that you will get lost. And you will never come home.
Well, as long as my car is not dead, then my phone is not dead.
Unless you don't have a charger.
Unless I have no charger, correct.
And money to buy a charger. But one thing you do have is a voice, which you can use to ask somebody
for help. But
since people rely on mobiles so much, directory is in the phone itself. If you don't remember the number, then you're doomed.
Well, I know some numbers.
That's good.
Every number. Do you remember every number that you put in your phone?
Yeah. Numbers are very important.
So what else are you thankful for?
I am thankful for imagination. In my imagination, I do have another world. So it's not similar to this one. It's a world that I feel like I can cope in, and I feel myself. And with those imaginations, I kind of derived all of my feelings, and my drawings kind of like have that. I don't know. what do you think is very cool about my mind?
I think that you problem solve really well, like puzzle pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes things easier. Like, it means that we have like cool stuff. Or like we're able to do like DIY projects and stuff, and it's really fun. So then we end up with like a cool like space that nobody else has, which is fun. But you're very creative like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my favorite things about your mind. What else?
What about you?
My mind? So in my mind, I think that I'm thankful that I'm open-minded. And then that's what I'm thankful for my brain. Thank you, brain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also thankful that it keeps me alive. It's a cool brain. So what is something that you're thankful for about my brain?
I think it's very fluid. Fluid?
Why do you say it like that?
I've learned this, like...
That's actually a good one, because you're very rigid.
Well, rigid in some sense. I mean...
Yeah.
I still have my imagination, which
Well,
is
yeah,
very,
for sure.
very...
But I mean, like, in your day-to-day tasks.
Yes, there's certain things. I mean, not saying that I can't think differently.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can't get out of that. It just takes time for process.
Right.
Like, if someone wants me to think more fluidly, give me time to process.
Right. So you admire that I'm able to not have to think, to have time to think about it, just to be able to
just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just nice.
Yeah. I do think that there's things that I do and that you do that we kind of make up for it in one another, which is nice.
I want to also give thanks to all of, since this is a podcast, this episode is about, also about the holidays, Thanksgiving. I want to give thanks to all the supporters out there, people who have, supported the community, and
yes, of
everyone
course.
who helped try to welcome us into the world a little bit better.
You're so sweet.
And navigate things a little differently. I especially want to, say, thanks for doing all, for being there for me, being there for my friends, being, even if you haven't met them, I haven't met all of them, but I want to give thanks for them for being so amazing.
Well, I think we'd like to go ahead and say goodbye and see you guys on the next one, and have a great holiday.
And eat food.
Eat lots of food. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to get some stretchy pants and get to those dinners.
Alright, happy holidays, everyone.
Okay, happy holiday, happy Thanksgiving. See ya.
Thank you for listening to our podcast.
Thanks a lot. We hope you enjoyed it.